Good afternoon, Bulldogs. It is the end of the first quarter. We have made it. You guys have been awesome. And now it's time to close out the Google Classroom quarter. So what do we need to do in order to keep the students from going back and trying to do that missing work? Because we know that they don't seem to understand that. Don't do that anymore. We're over that. We've graded it. So one thing that I've seen people do in some of the groups that I'm in for Google is they put a stop sign using the emoji keyboard in front of titles of assignments that it's too late to do these. Another option would be to go in and put stop signs on the weeks, so your topics, so that they know, don't do anything underneath here. This says stop. A third option that I thought of would be to create a new topic that says stop first quarter assignments. Here, I just created a material. I didn't even put anything in it. And I just said the quarter is ended, no need to look further. Because if you don't have something in the topic, it doesn't show up to the students. And then be sure that all of the old stuff is underneath this one topic. So that would be simply adding one thing instead of changing all of these. And a fourth option that I thought of, and I do want to give a shout out to Miss Ulrich for adding me as a teacher in her classroom so that I could kind of take a look. And the one thing they were asking questions about, is there any way to remove the grades? Because right now Google Classroom doesn't have the option to make things in quarters. So if a student is using their Google Classroom for grades, then it's just going to keep on going and adding those and averaging those, and they'll be in there. So one option would be to go in and make any assignment you've graded ungraded. So that way it's not showing up, as part of the average, and then your new things are graded. And then the other thing that I personally think I would do is, so here's her classroom. I would make a copy of the classroom that I just had, because you don't want to lose all your assignments that you made. So I would make a copy of it, and I would call this the master copy. So it's copying all of the assignments that I've done this quarter, the way the organization looks and all of that stuff. So I know that I have that back there. If you don't already have a master classroom, another benefit to that is, especially with the scripts that I sent out about copying all of your assignments, is you can put everything in the master class so that it's posted early and scheduled, and then copy it out to your other ones. So it's, set up for you. But so with this master copy, then I can go into the regular classroom, and I'm not going to do this to Miss Ulrich because that would not be very nice of me. But I could go and delete these assignments so that they're not even in there anymore. So the students absolutely can't get to them. So obviously that's going to take a little more time, because you would have to go, delete each individual assignment. But if you absolutely did not want them to be able to get anywhere near anything they did in the first quarter, that would be an option, is to just have those out and start with second quarter assignments. So hopefully one of those options works for you to help your students keep track of what they need to do starting the next quarter. And I did want to say, I've noticed that some teachers have been putting their current week up at the top, which I'm going to do right now, but I'll move it back. And that is another way that could help your students, because they know now about that this stuff is here. So the additional resources, actually put it up under the attendance. They know these things are here, hopefully by now. And so if we have, notice Ms. Ulrich has her attendance at the top, and then we have, this is our work we're needing to do right now, that also makes the other things farther away. So, and then at the end of the week, before you put in a new week, you want to go and, bring that back down under resources. So these two topics don't get too far behind. So hopefully those things are helpful to you. If you have any other tips or tricks for Google Classroom and making the transition from quarter to quarter, I would be happy to learn what you're doing. Thanks and have a good afternoon.